Alright guys, so in this video we're checking out the NamelessRC Besthawk whoop. It's a 40mm whoop, 1103, 8000 kV motors, and 40mm propellers here. So 75mm motor to motor. The ducts are held on by this carbon plate, and it's, it's okay. There's a fair amount of flex still. But I think the setup is a little bit on the heavier side with all the screws and the metal and everything. See all these screws here holding the ducts on versus a completely nylon frame. I think is going to be a little bit lighter, and you'll see the weight here in a second. It is a bit on the heavy side. Additionally, you've got this TPU pod up here. It's not terribly thick. I didn't take it off and measure the weight, but I think that this also does add a little bit of weight there. If you went with a different pod design, could possibly reduce the weight. Obviously, you just need enough here to mount the camera and just a little something here for the antenna, so a lot of this is kind of unnecessary. The flight controller here is their NamelessRC all-in-one F4 board. It's a whoop style board, but this one is the first version with the USB port coming out the bottom, not the second one that comes out the side. And now we have the D400 VTX and DVR combo board on here, so you'll see the recorded flights from the onboard DVR, and the micro SD card slot is right there. The camera's having a hard time focusing on it. It's right over there. And then you have your buttons over here on this side for changing your bands and channels, and start and stop your recording is that button there. Camera is the EOS 2, Caddx EOS 2 camera. I'm not a big fan of these props. I'm not sure who makes them. I think this is a generic prop. Maybe King Kong makes them. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't try a different prop. It's an okay prop. It's just I think that I would probably go with something like a Gem Fan or an HQ prop. But it's okay. I mean, not terrible. But this motor here is the one. I think the old Racer Star motor doesn't take the screw, so you need a prop that's going to be able to fit on the prop shaft. I think it's a 1.5mm prop shaft. So most of those jump fans and HQs will work on this one if you're looking for alternate props, but this didn't come with a spare set of props, at least not in my kit. Alright, so here's the weight. It's coming in at 52.5 grams, and then I flew around with this 3S300. And altogether it's coming in at 81.6 grams. So yeah, it's definitely on the heavy side for a 75mm whoop. Anyway, so I think overall, I think they're kind of trading extra weight here for the ability to do the onboard recording, because obviously the combo DVR VTX is a little bit heavier, along with the rest of the parts here. Just wondering what you guys think. Is it worth it to have a very clean recorded video, or not do that, have something lighter, and just have your general static recorded in your goggle video, as most people normally do? What do you guys think? What's your opinion on that? Is it worth it for the extra weight, or would you rather just have it lighter and just deal with the static in your recorded video? Anyway, here's the flight footage. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.
Okay, so I've already flown this one time and it was pretty windy and it didn't do so great, so trying it again, a little bit less wind today. Put in some low rates on this guy, so I'm not going to be doing too many flips or rolls. Doing better now. Also, with this receiver, I would recommend keeping this pretty close. Don't go too far. It's not the best receiver in the world. Now, again, the wind is picking up again today. This is like, the weather has just been crazy this year. Yeah, something about this size is kind of borderline between indoors and outdoors. And with, wow, you can see the wind, what the wind's doing to this right now. Yeah, it does not like it. It actually is messing up with the pit loop here. can see that it's kind of freaking out when the wind hits it. But anyway, there's these, this is kind of borderline between indoors and outdoors. It's a little bit too small to be really for outdoors in any kind of wind. Maybe a little bit too fast, too big for indoors. So maybe indoors on 2S would be better. I'll show you some indoor footage, and I'll probably show it to you earlier in the video. But you can see when the wind hits this, the pid lip kind of overreacts. So it could be a tuning issue. You get like a bit of a D-term oscillation, and basically get that sort of that running, flying away to the moon type of situation. That's what I think this is going on here. Especially if I give it more throttle. But when there's no wind, it's okay. Like right now, oh, there, oh, just had a death roll. So that's not good. And they didn't provide any spare props. I've had a few crashes. I did bend the props back. But yeah, no spare props. And I'm getting a little battery warning now. Yeah, so I think when the battery voltage is low like this, you're gonna get more death rolls. Yeah, and I gotta land. So I would recommend, yeah, don't run the battery this low. I think they have the default low voltage setting on this flight controller, pretty low, probably like 2.9 volts, something like that.